This is Jarrod Horak, and it is Sunday, October 6th, and in this Road to the 2025 Kentucky Derby video, I'm going to recap the Grade 1 Champagne Stakes, the Breeders Futurity, and the American Pharoah Stakes. They were all run on Saturday, October 5th, and they were the final three major prep races for the 2024 Breeders' Cup Juvenile, which will be held at Del Mar this year on Friday, November 1st. In my first Derby Trail video, I recapped the Iroquois Stakes. That was the first Kentucky Derby 2025 points race. And my top choice in that race was Jonathan's Way, and he ended up wiring the field that day. Now we'll recap beginning with the Champagne Stakes. That was a Grade 1 race at Aqueduct on October 5th, a one-turn mile there. My top choice was the favorite, and that was Chancer McPatrick, the 1-2 favorite there, and he ran his record to 3 for 3. He went last to first. Now he's been a strong closer in all three of his races. He was earning some quality late pace ratings. And in this Champagne Stakes, he just ran away from the field late. He won by 2 3/4 lengths. He was 55 cents on the dollar. And Flavien Prat was the winning rider for trainer Chad Brown. They paid $725,000 for this Mackenzie colt. He also won the Grade 1 Hopeful Stakes as my top choice at Saratoga. That was earlier this summer. He was a decent price that day, but in this race, they really hammered him, and he was able to win nicely. So all three of his wins now were around one turn. So now he's got to stretch out around 2 turns in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Now, Chad Brown considered the Grade 1 Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland, but he didn't want to ship him again because he was going to ship him to California for the Breeders' Cup. So he kept him in New York around 1 turn in the Champagne, easily passed that test. And the final time for the Champagne Stakes this year, 136.51. And let's compare that final time with the Grade 1 Frisette, and that was run at Aqueduct on October 5th. 2-year-old filly there, Scottish Lassie, won the Frisette by 9 lengths, and her final time, 136.73. So in the Champagne, 136.51, a very comparable final time of 136.73 for the fillies in the Frisette Stakes. The Grade 1 Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland, 1 mile and a 16th on October 5th. And again, my top choice in this race was East Avenue, and he was able to wire the field, just like he did in his debut. And it was a sprint race at Ellis Park, and he just dominated that race. The pace was moderate, and he just dominated that whole field there and won easily in his debut. And then he did the same thing in this race. He made all the running, and he won by 5.5 lengths. As I said, he was my top choice in here. He was not the favorite. The favorite was Ferocious, and he was the Grade 1 Hopeful Stakes runner-up, and he was stretching out around 2 turns, and he ended up finishing second. He did lodge an objection against East Avenue, but that was disallowed. So East Avenue defeated Ferocious by 5.5 lengths, and Tyler Gaffalione rode the winner. And the winner was a Medaglia d'Oro colt for trainer Brendan Walsh. Final time, 1:43.17 seconds. And we'll compare that final time with the Grade 1 Alcibiades at Keeneland at 1 mile and a 16th on Friday, October 4th. And the 2-year-old filly there, Immersive, won that race, and her final time, 1:44.64. So the Breeders' Futurity more than a second faster than that Alcibiades Stakes. The Grade 1 American Pharoah Stakes, 1 mile and a 16th. Santa Anita Park on October 5th. And Bob Baffert figured to win this race with one of his horses, and it was Citizen Bull at 3-1 odds. Into Mischief colt, he was able to get to the front under Martin Garcia, and he was able to win by 2 lengths over his stablemate, Getaway Car. Now, Getaway Car was my top choice in this race, and they bet him down. He's had a good stalking trip behind Citizen Bull. He just could never get up to that one, but he was clearly second best. The show finisher here, Mackenzie Street, he was the morning line favorite. He drifted up a little bit, and he ended up finishing a clear third. Now, the final time in the Grade 1 American Pharoah Stakes, and it was contested over a deep racetrack, 1:44.30 seconds. And let's compare that with the 2-year-old filly Grade 2 Oakleaf Stakes on October 5th. And in that race, Bob Baffert, trainee, non-compliant, stalked the pace and won by 2 1/4 lengths. Final time there, 1:45.08. So in the American Pharoah Stakes, it was faster, 1:44.30 as compared to 1:45.08. So now looking ahead to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, we have Chancer McPatrick, 2-time Grade 1 winner. He won the Grade 1 Hopeful and the Grade 1 Champagne for trainer Chad Brown. And we have East Avenue. He's 2 for 2 for Brendan Walsh. 2 easy front running scores, including the Grade 1 Breeders Futurity. And then we have Citizen Bull. Citizen Bull with a nice front running victory in the Grade 1 American Pharoah Stakes. So they're all targeting the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and then also targeting the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Grade 3 Iroquois winner, Jonathan's Way, and he went wire to wire. So of the 4 big races, and probably the 4 favorites in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, 3 of those 4, East Avenue, Citizen Bull, and Jonathan's Way, went wire to wire in their last starts, and Chancer McPatrick closed from last in his races. So as for Jonathan's Way, he has worked 2 times since he won the Iroquois Stakes. He had a 4 furlong workout in 47 flat, second best of 82 at Churchill Downs on October 4th. So the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Del Mar is going to be the 3rd Juvenile at Del Mar. The first one was in 2017, and we had a maiden win that one, Good Magic. He shipped in from New York. He was 2nd in the Champagne Stakes prior to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And in that Breeders' Cup Juvenile, he stalked the pace. He broke from post 6 in a 12-horse field, and he broke his maiden. So that was his first career win in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile by more than 4 lengths. Jose Ortiz rode for trainer Chad Brown, and Chad Brown's going to try to do that Champagne Stakes, moving a horse from the Champagne Stakes to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Del Mar again, just like he did with Good Magic. He has Chancer McPatrick this year. And then the other Breeders' Cup Juvenile that was run at Del Mar, that was in 2021, and Grade 1 American Pharoah Stakes winner Corniche for trainer Bob Baffert. He went wire to wire from post 11 under Mike Smith. So Bob Baffert's going to try to win again of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile after his American Pharoah Stakes winner Corniche at Santa Anita won that race, and then he won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Del Mar. Bob Baffert's going to try to pull that same double with Citizen Bull. So far in my Kentucky Derby points race videos, they've run 4 points races, and my top choices have 3 wins and a 2nd place finish. My 3 winners, Jonathan's Way, Chancer McPatrick, and East Avenue, and my runner-up was in the American Pharoah Stakes there, Getaway Car. So hopefully we can keep this good roll going in these Kentucky Derby 2025 points race videos, because I'm going to be covering all of the Derby 2025 points races on my YouTube channel, just like I do every year. And I'm also going to be recapping all of the points races as well. So keep checking my YouTube channel for all of these Kentucky Derby 2025 points race videos. 3 winners already through 4 races, so we're doing well, off to a fast start. If you're interested in my full card analysis at Santa Anita, then I'm also going to be doing Del Mar Fall Meet full cards, and my annual 2-day Breeders' Cup full cards at Del Mar this year will be available later this fall at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. And you can also purchase my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com. And speaking of the digest, you can read all of my Breeders' Cup articles and stakes race handicapping articles in their news section at todaysracingdigest.com. I posted a bunch of articles the last 2 weekends with all of these big Breeders' Cup prep races. I'm going to be doing more Breeders' Cup oriented articles and stakes race handicapping articles as we head closer to the 2024 Breeders' Cup at Del Mar. And if you want a bonus free pick each day, go over to therunawayhorse.com, my personal website. Click on the Better Bets tab at the top of my homepage, and you can get a daily free pick from around the country each day. And then also for my YouTube channel, I'm covering all of the Keeneland Fall Meet Stakes races this year. And through the first 8 stakes races, 3 were run on Friday, October 4th, and 5 were run on Saturday, October 5th. So through the first 8 stakes races at Keeneland, my top choices have 5 wins, 2 seconds, and a show finish. So keep watching my Keeneland videos, my Breeders' Cup news videos, and so much more. Now that most of the Breeders' Cup prep races are in the books, I'm going to be doing more of these Breeders' Cup news videos, keeping you informed on the latest Breeders' Cup news, which horses are in or out, and which horses are training well. So stay tuned to all of that on my YouTube channel, along with my handicapping videos, and that will wrap up this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. Until I see you next time, good luck at the races.